Okay, so yesterday we had seen OR gate, NOT gate, NAND gate, NOR gate, AND gate. So 5 gates we have studied. So 2 more gates we will study, and then we will go with Boolean algebra. So the second last gate is your XOR gate. Okay, so XOR gate is also called as exclusive OR gate. So apart from your AND, OR, NOT, NAND, NOR, we have 2 special gates which is called as XOR or XNOR. Okay, so we don't write when we write it in words, we write EX or XNOR, but the symbol is XOR. X you write simple and OR gate. Okay, so those are hybrid gates. It is not on its own. Now the one which is written in black color, that is what will be the logic of your XOR gate. In XOR function, the logic output 1 is obtained either A is 1.
Hello ma'am, your voice is gone low.
Hello, can you hear?
Yeah.
So in XOR function, the logic output 1 is obtained only when either A is 1 or B is 1, but not both together at the same time. Okay, so we have 2 inputs, so 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. So my output is 1 only when either A is 1 or B is 1, but not both of them as 1. Like for my case, 0, 1 and 1, 0. If it is 1, 1, then my output is not 1. Okay, so you can say that simply output of XOR gate is high only when both the inputs are different. Like for 0, 0 also means my inputs are same.
Same.
Yeah, so my output is 0. For 1, 1 also both my input are same. So my output is 0. So only when I have 0, 1 or 1, 0. So you can say both the inputs are different. At that time, my output is high. Okay, now see XOR. So that word OR is already there. So when I see the symbol, the next slide, so this you draw. So you can see it is almost having the symbol of an OR gate only. Okay, but there is a line before it. Okay, so that shows it is an XOR gate. Okay, तो OR gate you draw और उसके आगे वो जो C जहाँ पे है वहाँ पे एक दूसरा line, so that line represents it is an XOR gate. So here the symbol of an XOR is you draw a plus or you can say draw a circle और उसके अंदर plus. Okay, so that is the symbol of XOR. So here you can see 0, 0 output is 0, 1, 1 output is 0. Only when it is 0, 1 or 1, 0. At that time, my output is 1. Yes, when both the input are different, my output is 1. So that is my XOR function. So draw the symbol and the truth table. Yes, so we also have a different IC for this, so which performs this exclusive OR function. And the last category of the gate is your XNOR. Okay, so whatever we were getting for XOR, the complement of it will be XNOR. Okay, so what was happening in XOR gate when both the inputs were different, at that time my output was high. Now in XNOR it will be opposite, means when both my input are same,
that time it will be high.
High, yes. So for 0, 0 and 1, 1, it will be high, and otherwise it is 0, low. Yes. So you can write down the third sentence. The output of XNOR gate is high only when both of its input are same. So it can be 0, 0 or it can be 1, 1. So XNOR is the complement of your XOR gate. So the equation you can write down y is given by AB the whole complement, or you can say AB whole complement plus AB. Now, how that relation is coming, you will understand after today's lecture, because we are going to do Boolean algebra. So this is my symbol XNOR gate. So exactly same like your XOR, only that we have a bubble. Bubble. So it is the giving me the complement function. So don't forget to draw that extra line, jo wo C jaisa hai na part. So that is my shows my exclusive OR gate. So here you can see for 0 0 and 1 1 my output is high. Okay, and when my both the inputs are different, at that time my output is low. Yes. See, in practical applications we have many such cases where if the levels are same, we want an indication, or if the levels are different, varying, both of them are differing. Some chemical plant, we want some parameters to be always the same. Okay, so if any one of them is different, we want an indication. Okay, or if both the levels are same, then you want to stop any process. So there you can go for this exclusive OR gate. See, all these logic gates which we are studying, every one has a practical application. Very simple application, but it is there. Okay. So with this, we are completing all the gates. So basic gates are there, OR gate, AND gate, and your NOT gate. Then we have universal gate as NAND and NOR, and this two special gates, XOR and XNOR. So out of that, NAND and NOR are called as universal gates. So actually that is the next topic. But for that, you should be knowing some relations, how those derivations and all are coming. Okay, so that we will do bit later. So today we will start with a new topic, because all these expressions you need to know the laws. Otherwise, that derivation you will not understand how we are making other gates using NAND and NOR. So Boolean algebra you have to understand, because many reduction numericals are asked on Boolean algebra. And once you understand this Boolean algebra, you can reduce. I can give you a very big equation and I can tell you reduce it. Okay, there might be a very big relation, but you cannot have one IC satisfying all the relations. Okay, so what you will do using your Boolean algebra, you try to reduce your equation and bring it in a simpler form. Then that you can implement using your logic gates. Okay, so write down the topic. We'll start with Boolean algebra. Many laws are there. If you don't remember those names of the laws, it is okay, but the relation you have to understand. So write all these laws which we will be studying. So a little bit introduction to Boolean algebra. So here we know that in digital input or output, we use the symbols 0 and 1. Okay, so 1 and 0 means open or close, high, low, on, off. Okay, so all these meanings are there for symbol 1 and 0. Now, we need to perform certain logical operations with minimum logic gates. That is our criteria. Okay, you can use many number of gates, but that is not the ideal case. You have to use minimum number of logic gates. So there are certain set of rules which were invented. So those rules are called as the laws of Boolean algebra. So why we basically use Boolean algebra is to reduce the number of logic gates for performing some operations. Okay, so it is used for simplifying and analyzing the complex Boolean expression. Okay, so otherwise I'll give you A, B, C, multiplied bracket, again take a complement and so on. So we will be confused using all these. We have only these 7 gates. Okay, either you can use one gate or you can use combination, but why to go with such a big circuit? Okay, circuit increases means delay, cost, complexity in design, everything increases. So that complex equation using Boolean algebra, we will reduce it. And this was invented in year 1854. So some information by George Boole. Okay, so this is introduction to Boolean algebra. Now let us see the rules in Boolean algebra. So here we are using only 2 values, 1s and 0. So 1 is for high, 0 is for low. So other than 1 and 0, there is no value. Okay, then we have to represent complement. Either you write a bar over there, मतलब a लिखो और उसके ऊपर एक dash बनाओ. So either you use an over bar or you write a dash, C dash, वो asterisk mark. So whichever way you want to represent. So complement अगर है, a का complement is a bar. So either you write a bar or you write a dash, whichever way. So use any one notation. In my slide, I think I have used a apostrophe ka sign, that is a dash. Over bar I cannot write when I'm typing normally. Okay, but you can use in books. You will find a line over there. Like a लिखा है, उसके ऊपर एक line बना है. जैसे vector में करते हैं ना, ऊपर एक line बनाते हैं. That way. So plus sign will be used for ORing operation that we have already seen, and the dot operator is used for ANDing operation. Okay, so these are some things. So 1 and 0, complement either dash lagao ya line over bar, plus sign is used for ORing operation, and dot is used for ANDing operation. So this is something you already know. Now, let us see what are the properties of Boolean algebra. These are the properties. Laws will come later on. Okay, so the very first law is called as the annulment law. So don't worry whether you forget annulment law or not. Right now you write it down, but the rule is important. Okay, so what is annulment law is, if you don't want to write the sentences, it is okay, but you write what is the equation. So if I AND anything with 0, answer is a 0. That is, we know in our decimal system also. Anything you multiply by 0 is a 0. So here suppose I have taken variable b dot 0 is 0. Now suppose if I OR it with variable 1. So b and ANDing with 0. For dot we are using ANDing operation. So b, any variable ANDed with 0 is 0. Now b plus 1, you will feel array the value is greater than 1. But in Boolean algebra we have 0 and 1. We don't have here now carry ka concept. Okay, so b plus 1, if something is there, the answer will be 1, because 1 se upar koi bhi nahi hai. Okay, so b dot 0 is 0 and b plus 1 is 1. Because suppose you might have an equation after reducing, you have b plus c plus a plus 1. So you can remove all of this, because finally see your output will be either 0 or 1. So you cannot exceed anything greater than 1. So b into 0 is 0, b plus 1 is 1. So they have given this law a name which is called as the annulment law. So nobody will ask you, Glenn, what is annulment law? But then they will ask you what is b plus 1, because you will require that. So b plus 1 is 1.
Okay.
Clear?
Yeah.
Okay. Next is the identity law. So identity law, here we are saying that when a variable is ANDed with 1, okay, or with 0, the variable remains the same. Means b dot 1 is b, okay, and b plus 0 is b. So that is identity law. B ka identity change nahi ho raha hai. It is remaining as b. B is my variable. b dot 1 is b. Okay, so that all we also know. Anything multiplied by 1 is the same thing. So b dot 1 is b. And b plus 0, 0 has no value. B plus 1 just 1 tha, but b plus 0 will be b. Yes. Now b can be 1 or b can be 0. That is later on. Okay. So this is the identity law. The variable value remains the same when you are ANDing it with 1 or ORing it with 0. Okay. So the identity law. Then the third law is called as the क्या बोलेंगे इसको, idempotent law. Okay, now idempotent law is when the variable is ANDed with itself. B dot B, it is not B square. B dot B is B. And B plus B is B. So all of this you will require when you are reducing any variable. So B dot B is not B square. B dot B will give me B. Okay. And B plus B also, it will give me B.
Okay.
So when it is ANDed or odd with itself, पहले वाला क्या था? It was ANDed with 0 or ANDed with 1, odd with 0, odd with 1. Now this third law is with itself. Yes. So B dot B is B and B plus B is also B. So this is the idempotent law. Next one, fourth one. You are writing all this equation now?
Yeah.
Yes. So complement law. So complement law, B dot B complement will give me 0. Now why? Suppose my B is 1. So B का complement क्या हो जाएगा? 0 हो जाएगा. So 1 into 0 will give me 0. So that's why any variable complement it with itself, the answer is 0. And B plus B complement. If B is 0, B dash will be 1. 0 plus 1 will give me 1. Okay, if B is 0, B dash will be 1. 0 plus 1 is 1. Okay, so a variable ANDed with the complement will give me 0 क्योंकि दोनों उल्टे हैं. So multiplication एक 1 होगा तो दूसरा 0 होगा. So it will give me 0. And if I am ORing it, so any of them, if it is 0, the other one will be 1. अगर 1 है तो दूसरा 0 होगा. So in any ways I will get a 1 because I am taking the complement. So B plus B dash will give me 1. So in your book, you write all this one after the other. So when we will do the reduction problem, at the time, you can use all this law. Immediately, it will not strike, अरे इसमें मैं कौन सा लगाऊं, कब one करना है to. But then as you practice more problems, it will be clear. Okay?
Yeah.
The next one is double negation law. So suppose if I have the variable 2 times I complement it, so a complement or uska complement, then the complement is removed. So 2 time negation, so that symbol gets removed and we have the original variable. So that's why a complement, again a bracket, again it's complement. So finally it is my original variable. So this is the double negation law. We say no, 2 negative makes 1 positive. Yes, so something like that. So that's why double negation law. Yeah. The next one is the commutative law. So this law states that in which order we use the variable, that law doesn't matter. So पहले A लिखा या B लिखा, it doesn't matter. Okay, so A dot B is same as B dot A. This we have learned in algebra also in the lower class. And A plus B is equal to B plus A. So order of the variable does not matter. So simple commutative law. So A dot B, which is equal to B dot A. Sometimes when we take a common factor and all, we need to arrange the order. Okay, so there you can use a commutative law.
Okay.
So A dot B, which is equal to B dot A plus B, which is equal to B plus A.
Yes, yeah.
The next one is your associative law. Okay, so here let us see the associative law. So A dot B into C. Okay, I can write it as, take the bracket on this side. So I can perform here, AB operation is performed, first one, and then I am ANDing with C. So here what you can do, you can perform BC operation together and then A is ANDed with BC. So that is my associative law. If I see the ORing one, second one, A plus B, whatever is the result, I OR it with C. Or what you can do, B plus C you do, and then you OR it with A. Okay. So the operation can be performed in any order. So here we are not using the BODMAS kind of thing. So A dot B then into C, or I can do B dot C into A. Okay, so this is my associative law. This also, it was there in our lower class algebra.
Yeah. Yes, madam.
Yeah. Next one, this also we have seen distributive law. So this law allows us to open up brackets. Okay, so what we can do, A plus B into C. So I simply open up the brackets. So it is A plus B into A plus C.
Okay.
Okay, and then A into B plus C will give me AB plus AC. So this is the distributive law, which actually I'm using when I'm opening up the bracket.
Okay.
So here in both the equation, you can see ANDing and ORing, both operations are there.
Yeah.
So A or B ANDed with C. And so that result is A or B ANDed with A or C. Okay, so both operations are used. So that is my distributive law.
Okay. Yeah. Yes, madam.
Okay. Next one, this is an important law, is your absorption law. Okay, absorb means something I'm absorbing, something I am removing. Okay, so this law allows us for absorbing the similar variable. Now be careful about this. This is the one which you will mostly use. B plus B into A. So you have ORing B with the product of B into A. Now which is the common variable? B. Yes. So my answer is B over there. So whatever is the value of A at the time, okay, so I am not bothered. देखो अगर A 0 हुआ तो क्या हो जाएगा? B into 0. Okay, so I have B plus 0, so that is B. Suppose A is 1, what will happen? It will be B plus B. B plus B is B. It is not 2B. Okay, so that's why whatever is my value of the second variable, I have the similar variable is my answer. So B plus B into A is giving me B. So out of the two variable, identify which one is the common one, similar variable. So that variable retains. So suppose such a nice law, you have an equation where you see B plus B into something is there. So automatically remove it and you just put B. Yes. Similarly, B into B plus A. Okay, so B's A 0 hua, so B plus 0 is giving me B. B into B is not B square, it is B. And if A is 1, B plus 1 gives me 1. Okay, B into 1 is B. Okay, so this is the absorption law. You can make it an asterisk. It will be the most widely used one to reduce. Yes. Next comes the last one is the De Morgan's law. Okay, so what is De Morgan's law? A 2 marks question might come. Okay, so the De Morgan's law, you write down the statement of the theorem, the law. The operation of an OR and AND logic circuit will remain same if we invert all the inputs, okay, and change the operator from AND to OR and OR to and then we invert the output. This is the statement. You might be confused, but write down the statement and then the equation. Once you write the equation, then it will be clear. Okay, so write down the Booleans, not Booleans, De Morgan's law.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Now let us see what is the statement. We will take one. There are two equations, so we will take one at a time. So the statement says the operation of an and or. I'm not taking and right now. The operation of an or and logic will remain the same if we invert all the inputs. So suppose the first equation I take. So it is what operation? An ANDing operation.
Yeah.
So what I did is A and with B. Okay. And I'm taking complement of that. So here what they are saying, it will remain the same if we invert all the inputs. So A ANDed with B और उसका complement लिया. So that AND operation on the RHS side, it became an OR operation.
Yeah, it became
और
हाँ,
A का complement लिया,
हाँ,
B
और
का
B का भी
complement लिया.
complement लिया.
हाँ, so A ANDed with B, the whole complement is A complement plus
Complement
B
with
complement. Yes, so AND operation became OR operation and the variable became the complement on the other side. So we have inverted the output.
Yeah, yeah.
Similarly, if I see the second equation, it was an ORing operation. Okay, so ORing operation A plus B and the complement of this.
Complement.
So on the other side, what I get an ANDing operation and the complement A complement B complement.
Dot B complement.
B complement, yes.
Yeah.
So this is my De Morgan's law. Okay, so this is my law. This side there is a theorem that we will see. Okay, so no, this it is same only. Only यहाँ पे वो dash लेके किया है, यहाँ पे bar लेके किया है. Just to show you, because in many problems they might use a bar. So AB bar under the De Morgan's theorem, you can see it is A bar plus B bar. Yes, and A plus B the whole. This is both way. हाँ, whole bar. यहाँ पे ब्रैकेट लिख के होल बार था, होल कॉम्प्लीमेंट था. यहाँ पे A plus B the whole bar is A bar into B bar. And AB अगर ANDing है whole bar, so it ORing में हो जाएगा and the complement of it. So this is my De Morgan's law, and which we will be using it. Okay, so the statement will come. So you write this. This is a very small thing. So 2 marks it will come. But you should be knowing this De Morgan's law. Again, this law we will be using in many equations to solve it. Okay, laws of Boolean algebra. Okay. So let us see. These were the various laws. Again, some laws and rules of Boolean algebra.
Total 10 laws, no?
Huh?
Total 10 laws.
Total 10, yes. And then some more rules are there. These were the laws. Okay, so we will not go much. So because you will, let me see. So these are again the commutative law. Okay, so we will see that tomorrow. Tomorrow we don't have a lecture, no? See, next week, as per the new timetable that they have given, we have a lab and the timing is also changed. And DSD lab comes on Friday. But since in SE you are only one student, so we are not going to have lab. So in that 2 hours, but the 45 minutes as a continuous diya hua hai. From 3, some subject you might have tutorial. I think CTN has tutorial. So survey tutorial, but ऐसा जैसे हर रोज 3 अलग lecture या 4 अलग lecture वैसा नहीं होगा. It is actually a practical tutorial week for the whole college. So in our lecture, so you might get, your class teacher will send you the timetable. So we will have, it will be written next week, whole week. So it will be a tutorial or lab session. So my DSD lab will come on next Friday. My turn is. Okay, so I'm not going much because you will forget by that time the laws and rules. So lab likha hua hai, but I cannot take the simulation lab right now. So हमको HOD ने बोला है, so you can continue with the theory. So only thing is we will 45 minutes का break है, फिर 15 minutes again the same class. Okay, so 3 onwards, I think every day you will have, not from 2 the class. Okay, so your pressure will be less. But Zoom link, since we are using the free subscription for SC, तो क्या हो जाएगा? अगर after 40 minutes it goes off, again you will rejoin in the same link. Did you understand?
Yeah.
Okay. And I hope you are not recording now.
No.
Stop that. No, stop that.